Welcome. This video is an 18-minute workout. It's going to be 3 rounds of 6 different exercises, and each exercise we're going to do for about 1 minute. Some of the exercises are a little harder to sustain for the full minute than others, so use the minute to do as many as feels reasonable of the exercise and don't get too hung up on moving for the entire minute. At the end of each round, we will take a minute rest. So I guess technically it is a 20-minute workout, but we'll be moving around for about 18 of those minutes. The first round will go a little bit slower just because we're still going to be warming up. So don't worry about going as hard as you can ever, but especially in the first round. So the exercises that we're going to do today are jumping jacks, squats, split squats, peeing dogs, push-ups, and Kara's abs. So I'll quickly review what each exercise looks like, and I'll give some little cues here and there as we go through as well. So jumping jacks, the first exercise, pretty straightforward, but I'll show it to you just in case you need a refresher. It looks like this. I don't keep my arms straight because that kind of hurts my shoulders. You can keep your arms bent, going in and out. And that's it. Second exercise, squats. I'm going to stand with my feet a little wide, toes angled outward slightly, and then my back is going to be pretty straight, even a little bit arched. So here I go, squatting down and up, keeping my back nice and straight. If going really low doesn't work, you can be up a little higher. You don't have to go all the way down to the depths of your mobility. Just let yourself find a sustainable place. So that's squats. Split squats, similar to squats. Okay. Split squats is going to have one leg forward, one leg back. So it's a little bit of balance in addition to working the quads pretty firmly. So stepping one foot back, both feet are going to be nice and strong. Hands can be at your hips. Spine as tall as you dip one leg down and come back up. So we'll do about 30 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Keep your balance. If you need to set up near a wall and have your hands at the wall, that's also totally fine so that you're not wobbling too much. So those are split squats. Peeing dogs, very cute, very fun. You can think of your favorite dog friend as you do it. We'll be on hands and knees, and then extend one leg back. Keep your belly pretty strong, hands pushing down. And then draw that same knee towards your tricep and then down. So extend, knee to tricep, extend, and down. So again, we'll do 30 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch sides. So really feeling that outer butt muscles in this exercise. Woo! Very strong burn in that outer butt area. After we do the peeing dogs, we will do push-ups or a plank or a tabletop if you need to rest. A minute is a very long time to be doing push-ups. I will definitely not be doing push-ups that entire minute. So if you need to rest during that time, you can pause in either a plank with knees up or down, or you can even just pause in a strong tabletop. So I almost always do push-ups on my knees, so that is what I will show first. My knees are down, my belly is strong, heart and head are reaching forward, and then I lower down and push up. And it doesn't have to be even a deep push-up, it could be pretty shallow. I'd rather have you stay up here and stay really strong through your spine and belly than go way down, but be a little loosey-goosey about it. If it feels fine to go really low, and if it feels like you can stay really strong the whole way down and the whole way up, go for it. But you can also totally just stay higher up. If your wrists get tired, you can come to fists. I like to make fists kind of with my thumb sticking out, using my thumb to press against the ground. So going down and up that way, and that'll preserve the wrists a little bit. And again, if that gets tiring, you can just pause in your knees down plank or your regular plank, or pause in tabletop. At any point also, of course, you're also welcome to just like totally relax everything. No need to be the hero, especially as we're just kind of warming up and getting used to the workout. The last exercise, the sixth exercise we'll do is Kara's abs. And this is done on the back. And knees are going to be bent, feet elevated, shins parallel to each other and parallel to the ground. And then we're going to imagine pulling pubic bone to low ribs, whoop, flattening the low back, and then adding to that some horizontal ab engagement as you pull hip points towards each other. Reach those hands towards the sky, palms facing each other, feeling kind of a hollowing of the front body and a lot of strength in your belly. And that's it. If you feel like your legs are overly engaged here, you can give them a little shake and a jiggle. Make sure the work is primarily in the abdominals. So we'll hold that for about a minute, and you can come in and out of it as needed. So those are our exercises. To recap: jumping jacks, squats, split squats, peeing dogs, push-ups or a plank, and Kara's abs. So we will get started with jumping jacks. I will keep time for you so you don't have to do that, because that is the kind of gal I am. So a minute on the clock, and here we go. And again, this first round, not emphasizing going fast, just getting settled in, feeling your body move, warming it up, giving yourself a little positive self-talk when you need it. And remembering you can always take a break when you need it. You can always change the movement a little bit. Sometimes if I'm feeling really, just like I don't want to be jumping, I'll do a little toe tap instead, and then come back to the jumping when I'm ready. Oh, less than 30 seconds left. Take care of your body as we go. Take a big sigh if you need. Let whatever can be relaxed, be relaxed. Your whole body does not need to be clamped the whole time. Even if you're engaging pretty strongly, there's still a way to relax something. Maybe it's your jaw, maybe it's your face, maybe it's your belly. Oh my gosh, a minute already. Here we go. Next exercise, squats. So not much rest between these rounds. We'll rest at the end of the full round, coming into squats. Feet at least as wide as your hips, maybe a little wider. And then just dipping it low and coming back up, keeping your spine as tall as you can. You'll probably lean a little forward as you squat. That's fine. Just be sure to keep a little bit of an arch in your low back if you can. Strong feet, strong breath. Less than 30 seconds to go. If you ever want to add a jump here and there with these squats, you can. You don't have to, of course. But if you're feeling excited, feel free to jump a little bit, making it a squat jump. And again, don't feel like you have to go super low in the squat. You can stay higher, just enough to feel something in your legs and your outer hips. Oh, minute gone by already. Next exercise, split squats. So minute back on the clock, moving right into split squats, one leg behind you, hands to hips, shoulders lightly back, dipping it low and coming back up. And if balance is a challenge here, you can take a hand to a wall nearby, or maybe both hands to a wall in front of you. 5 more seconds on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. Up, switcheroo. Other leg back. Keep your feet strong. Keep your breath steady. Dip it low, come back up. Sometimes I'll feel like my foot kind of wants to turn to one side or the other. In that case, you can really use the toes a little bit more, really engage the toes against the ground. 5 more seconds on this side. And there we go. Give the legs a little shake. Halfway through the first round, moving on to peeing dogs. the cutest of all dogs. So coming to hands and knees, extend one leg, bend the knee to the tricep, extend back out, drop it back down. Extend, bend, extend, and drop. And again, we'll be switching to the other side halfway through. So about 8 more seconds on this side. Not worrying about going fast here, just warming it up. And then switch to your second leg. Keep your hands pressing the floor away. Keep your belly lightly engaged so you don't feel yourself sagging towards the mat. You feel a sense of strength. Eyes can look out a little bit ahead of you. 5 more seconds on this side. Oh, we did it. We peed for a minute. Great work. And now on to push-ups. Push-ups are very hard to sustain for a full minute, I think. So remember that, again, you can pause at any point in a plank or a tabletop. But when you're ready, go on down into that push-up. You can be on fists or on flat palms, either way. And remember that staying a little higher is usually preferable than going lower if it allows you to stay strong. So only bend your elbows as much as you can while still feeling really strong in your body. Don't go past the point of no return. And then feel free to pause whenever you need it, to take a little break whenever you need it. We've got 15 seconds left to go. You could also play with going slower, really feeling each little movement within each push-up. Maybe give yourself a little stretch after. And then before you come back, oh my gosh, a minute has gone by already. Woo, I'm feeling it, but we did it. Next exercise is Kara's abs. So as we come onto our back, I'll put a minute on the clock. We will lift the feet, knees bent, and then think about drawing pubic bone to low ribs, engaging your vertical line of abdominals, and then hip points towards each other, engaging your horizontal line of abdominals. Low back is pressing firmly into the ground. Hands can reach up towards the sky, palms facing each other, just to bring a little bit more sense of sort of hollowing of the front body, and a widening in your upper back. If that feels too tiring, you can let your arms relax, of course. And one of my favorite things to do, just to check in with my body, is to give my legs a jiggle. Make sure that my legs and hip flexors are not doing the work that the abs are meant to be doing here. Only 10 more seconds here. Even with your belly engaged, see if you can keep your breath strong, really utilizing the ribs and the chest to breathe. Ding, ding, ding. We're done with the minute and done with our first round. What a treat. So we'll take a minute of rest. So in that minute, I like to just kind of keep my limbs moving a little bit, give a little shake out, maybe take some deep sighs, maybe take a sip of water. Next exercise we'll come back to is jumping jacks. So emotionally prepare yourself for some jumping jacks, but we still got over 30 seconds rest. So do whatever you need in that meantime. Second round and the third round, we are a little more warmed up, and I still don't want you to focus on going real fast and hard, but maybe you're feeling a little bit more warm and maybe you want to challenge yourself to move just a little bit faster, or even a little bit slower with more emphasis on strength and form. So however you approach it, just keeping an eye on your form, again, concentrating a little bit more on how you feel in the pose and the movement rather than how it looks. Okay, here we go. Second round starting now, jumping jacks. Maybe you're jumping a little faster this time, or maybe you're just keeping it steady. Same options apply as first time around. If you ever need a break from the jumping, you can do little toe taps instead. That's always great. If you need to entertain yourself, you can even move a little to the right, move a little to the left, maybe even turn around. Maybe make eye contact with somebody really intensely. There's nobody there for me, but you can look at your dog, look at yourself in the mirror, admire yourself, congratulate yourself on being so strong, so motivated. Got 10 seconds left in this second round of jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, and ding, ding, ding. All right, back to squats. So coming back up to standing, feet a little apart, bending the knees, reaching the hips back, and coming up. So if it feels good to go maybe slightly faster this round, you can. If it feels fun to add some more squat jumps into the mix, you can. But again, totally optional. Stay with what feels strong and sturdy. And if you're moving your arms like I am, you can kind of like feel the strength as you swish your arms back, almost like you're diving upward. Just whatever makes you feel like triumphant and strong. Less than 10 seconds. 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay. On to split squats. So, not resting much, going right into it. One leg back, other leg forward, dipping that back knee low, and coming back up. And as a reminder, the great thing about a video is you can always pause it if you need a rest. So feel free to do that. Listen to your body and pick up back where you left off whenever you're ready, if you're resting. Oh, switch sides. Here we go. Second half of this minute of split squats. Keep that spine nice and long and tall. Shoulders gently moving back. Feet strong and connected to the ground. 5 seconds left. And there we have it. Second round of split squats done. And now we're back to the peeing dogs. So coming to hands and knees. One leg extends back and then bends, comes to tricep, extends again and drops down. Try to keep your hips relatively level, so it's not a huge dip of the hip as you come forward with the knee. That outer butt muscle on the bent knee is really working. 5 more seconds on this first side. Keep your hands pressing firmly down. Oops, switch to the other side. Opposite leg extends, bends, extends, and drops. If you notice your eyes are looking straight down or behind you, take your eye gaze out a little ahead of you, keeping your neck and head buoyant and perky. Keep your breath moving easily, hands pushing down. Oh, there we go. We did it. Another minute. And now back to push-ups. So pace yourself. Come to either a plank or knees down plank. And give a little bend to the elbows and a push back up. So again, staying with what feels strong to you. Not going so low that you can't get back up again. And remembering you can always pause in plank or tabletop or even take a moment in a child's pose sort of position if you need. The goal is not to necessarily keep moving the entire minute, but to use the minute to make as many reps, as many great reps as you can before moving on. 10 seconds left. Oh my God, these are tiring. I'm so glad I can rest when I need to. Keep your breath moving easily. Oh my gosh, the timer is done. One more exercise in this round, and that is Kara's abs. So coming onto your back, bend the knees, minute on the clock, lifting your feet up. Pubic bone draws to low ribs, engaging vertical abs. Hip points draw towards each other, engaging horizontal abs. And then if it feels good to reach your hands towards the sky, you can reach your hands towards the sky, palms facing each other. Or of course, you can just let them be by your sides. And then if you want to jiggle the legs, making sure that your legs are not doing the work that you want your core to be doing, you can. And if you want to add on a little bit, again, absolutely no pressure or need to do so, but if you want to, you can even play with keeping that belly engagement, and as you extend one leg at a time. And you might notice that as your leg extends, it gets a little harder to keep your low back on the ground. Let's see if you can keep it there. Oh, a minute already. I was just having fun, just getting started. Okay, we've reached the end of the second round. We've got a minute of rest. Shake out the limbs, take a drink of water, pause the video if you need more than a minute of rest. And just, just give yourself a break, give yourself a breather. Got 6 more minutes of work to do. And a little over 30 seconds to rest before we do it. So in this last round, you could give yourself, if you want to have a goal of something to work towards, you could give yourself a number of reps each minute, like 75 jumping jacks or 40 squats or 15 split squats on each side. Don't be rigid with it, but sometimes it's fun to just have a goal to work towards to kind of keep you focused and motivated and excited about what you're doing. So we'll come back to jumping jacks in a moment. And if you want a goal of a number, try for 75, maybe 100. 100 is a lot. I'll be so impressed. But I'll be most impressed if you listen to your body and trust your body. I've definitely lost count, so I will not be counting, but if you are counting, good job. So proud of you. If you need to entertain yourself, feel free to spin around. Just, mindful of not kicking anything. Maybe you move to the sides. Make a little dance of it. And as always, if you need a little break from the jumping, toe taps are great. Keep listening to your body. Sigh when you need to. This is the last round. Last jumping jacks. Make them good. Oh my gosh, 3 seconds. And you did it. Woo-wee. All right, back to squats. So upper body can more or less relax as you come into squats. So again, maybe you give yourself the goal, maybe you do 40, maybe even 50. 50 is a lot. But again, it's not really about necessarily meeting the goal that you set, but just letting the goal motivate you to do something that maybe you wouldn't have done. And if you want to add jumps, feel free to, but no need. Keep the form good, keep your back happy, keep your spine long, and make sure your breath is still moving nice and easy and steady. You're in control of your breath, not the other way around. 10 more seconds of squats. And almost done. There is that ding of the bell, alerting us that we are bad asses, and we finished another round. Next up is split squats. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Maybe you give yourself the goal of 15 on each side, or maybe who cares? Maybe you're just here to feel something. You're just happy to be here, moving, doing stuff. When I get tired, I start to babble more. So please enjoy. 3 more seconds on this side. So, it's about whatever gets you through. Switch to the other side. Other leg back. Dipping it low, coming back up. Shoulders lightly drawn back, collarbones broad. Just that little gentle lift of the belly. Dipping only as low as it feels good to do. Only as low as lets you feel strong and stable. 1 more second. Ta-da, you did it. All right, next up is the peeing dogs. So we'll come back to hands and knees. 30 seconds on each side. Extend one leg, bend, draw to the tricep, extend back and down. Maybe you strive for 10 on each side. And maybe that's fun to have a goal. Or maybe you don't care and you're just moving at your own pace. Either is great. 5 more seconds on the side. Keep the hands pushing the floor away. Keep your belly lightly engaged and your eyes looking forward. Oh, second side already. Second leg extends, bends, extends, and drops. Really feel that outer butt engage. Feel your belly stay strong, side waist's even a little engaged. And then notice if your head has dropped. Can you keep a buoyancy in your head as your eyes look a little forward? Ding, ding, ding. We did it again. And 2 more rounds, and then we're done. Next up is push-ups / plank holds. So again, minute's kind of a long time. Maybe you give yourself a goal of 15 push-ups. Or maybe you say, I don't care about numbers, and I'm just here to move. Do what makes you feel strong and capable and excited about life. And remember that rest is not cheating. Remember that pausing in plank can be a way of resting your arms from push-up. Although if it's not totally a true rest, if you need a true rest, that is great. You can come to child's pose. Again, none of it is cheating. Listen to your body. That is the goal. 10 more seconds. And again, feel free to change the position of the hands if your wrists are getting tired, getting grumpy. Oh, and there we go. Now, last exercise ever of the day, unless you choose to watch this video again, is Kara's abs. So onto our backs, minute on the clock. Lifting your feet. Pubic bone draws towards low ribs, engaging vertical abs. Hip points draw towards each other, engaging horizontal abs. Arms can reach up or flop down. Legs can jiggle or stay still. And if you want, you can play with extending one leg forward and back, making it a little bit more challenging as you bring a little bit more weight away from your belly and center. So again, only do that if that feels like a fun thing to do, fun challenge. Make sure that, especially if you're taking a leg forward, that your low back is still actively pressing towards the ground, that you're not losing that engagement of your belly. And even with the core engagement, breath is still moving. Oh my gosh, we've done it again. A minute is done. And there you have it, 3 rounds. And As you cool down, maybe you just give yourself another shake. Maybe you wiggle and flail the limbs a little bit. My personal favorite cool down is to choose a song that I love and just let myself dance around. So if you want to do your own private dance party cool down, great, highly recommend it. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Thank you for being here.